sent out its summer 2020 edition of its newsletter to its customers. In mid-October, during the general election, when 3 board seats were up for election, the Water District's general manager paid a campaign strategist more than $4,000 to reprint 2,500 copies of this outdated summer newsletter and mail it to all of the district's voter households. People that were not customers and never had any communication from the district before suddenly got a newsletter that was from the summer. Upon reviewing the content and discovering who had received this second round mailing, it became clear that it was a campaign tactic trying to sway the outcome of the general election in favor of the 3 incumbents whose seats were being contested. We are concerned because this action has compromised the integrity of the North Yuba Water District's board due to a lack of quorum of fairly elected directors. The incumbents were elected with fairly narrow margins. This incident has been reported to the Fair Political Practices Commission, Yuba County Grand Jury, and the Yuba County District Attorney. I'm almost done. I have one more sentence. This action by the Water District.
In the middle of a meeting, but you need your machine looked.
Sorry?
You're good. Sorry about that.
The action by the water districts and the manager constitute an unethical political scheme to retain like-minded incumbents that have supported the general manager. This election interference undermines the integrity of the election process in Yuba County, and we implore the supervisors, of Yuba County, to take action to avoid further tarnishing the reputation of Yuba County's election process and Yuba County in general. Thank you for your time.
Great. Thank you for your comments and your concerns. Council, is there any role that the Board of Supervisors may play with respect to these investigations and these concerns?
No, sir. The investigations to be conducted, if complaints were in fact made to the FPPC, Attorney General, and District Attorney, are independent of the Board of Supervisors and not within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Board of Supervisors. As one can imagine, the District Attorney has prosecutorial discretion that the board cannot control or intervene in. As to the FPPC and the Attorney General, they are state agencies. And once again, the board has no authority to direct them or to involve itself in their investigations. We have to trust in the process that has been laid out by the state legislature for investigation of such complaints. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Charles.
Hello. Good morning, gentlemen. Charles
morning.
Sharp, Arden House. It's crystal clear the general manager violated the FPPC guidelines. This is unacceptable behavior. Beyond that, the North Yuba Water District has permits for $10 million worth of water. Somebody wants the water district's 20,000 acre feet of water, and no, it's not South Feather, Supervisor Fletcher. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Charles. Okay, I do not see any additional hands at this time that are raised. So just confirming no additional public comment. Okay, great. Let's move on to county departments. We will start with item 48. Board of Supervisors approve appointment of Mr. John Link as representative to the Sutter-Yuba Mosquito and Vector Control District with an option of a 2 or 4 year term at the discretion of the Board of Supervisors. So I guess I can take this one as I spoke to Mr. Link about his interest in this position. As you know, this position has been vacant for well over a year. I certainly, and I'm sure my other board members as well, certainly asked members of the community if they might be interested, and none were found during that 1 year time frame. So I'm very glad that Mr. Link is interested in stepping up and representing Yuba County on this board. I know before us this morning is a decision of whether or not to appoint him for 2 years or 4 years. My recommendation would be the 4 years, given the amount of time that it's taken to fill this vacant seat. So,
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any comments or questions from the board? Okay. I do see we have 2 public comments related to this item. So, is it Miss Allen? Whoops, we can't hear you, Miss Allen. I think there might be a problem with your microphone. You show as unmuted, but we can't hear you. Okay, we'll move on to Charles. Do you have a comment on this item? Charles, do you have a comment on this item?
No comment. I removed my hand. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, I have a first and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Through the chair, if I could please have the motions. I know first was Supervisor Vasquez. Second, was it Supervisor Fuhr?
Blazer.
Blazer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Supervisor Vasquez?
Yes.
Supervisor Blazer?
Yes.
Supervisor Fuhr?
Yes.
Supervisor Bradford?
Yes.
Supervisor Fletcher?
Yes.
It's unanimous. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Moving on to item 49, 2021. Agricultural Commissioner adopt resolution certifying the final environmental impact report for the cooperative services agreement between Yuba County and the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Animal and Plant Health Inspection Services, Wildlife Services. Mr. Scheer, good morning.
Good morning, Chairman Bradford, honorable board members, Stephen Scheer, Yuba County Ag Commissioner. I'm here today to present a resolution to certify the final environmental impact report for our wildlife services program. In May of 2019, the board approved a professional service agreement for the generation of this environmental impact report. And the final environmental impact report was completed in December. This project took about 1.5 years or so longer because of the pandemic and all the things, all the shutdowns, things we've been dealing with. But I'm happy to announce we finally got there. So the completion of the EIR for our cooperative service agreement brings the program into compliance with the requirements of the California Environmental Quality Act. Yuba County has had a contract or agreement with USDA Wildlife Services for over 30 years. The cooperative service agreement provides for a wildlife service specialist to administer non-domestic animal damage control for county residents, county public works, and other municipalities. The services they provide are invaluable to our ag industry and our county citizens. I would recommend the Board of Supervisors adopt the resolution certifying the final environmental impact report. And at this point, I'll keep that short and sweet, and I would entertain any questions from the board at this point.
Does the board have any questions or comments?
So through the chair, just a comment. Actually, I thought it was a great report, by the way. I didn't get through every page, but I highlighted the ones that I really liked, and it was very informative. So good for you for putting this thing together and making it available to the public. If the public would like to read this, I'm almost there. If the public would like to read this online, is there a place they can find that, Stephen?
Yes, so that is posted onto our ag website on the county website. So go to County Department's Agriculture. We have a link to it right on the front page. We also have hard copies. It's published on the state clearinghouse's website as well. And they can come into my office and read it in person if they'd like, if they bring a mask.
Very good. Motion to approve.
Have a first, have a second?
Second.
Okay. I don't see any hand raised, but just confirming, any public comment on this item? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Supervisor Vasquez?
Yes.
Supervisor Blazer?
Yes.
Supervisor Fuhr?
Yes.
Supervisor Bradford?
Yes.
Supervisor Fletcher?
Yes.
It's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item 51, 2020, County Administrator. Authorize hiring Michelle Mies for the position of Executive Assistant to the County Administrator at the 1.3 salary index rate. Kevin, I'm guessing this is you?
Yes. Good morning, Chair, members of the board. Kevin Mallon, Yuba County Administrator. So our former County Administrator, Robert Bendorf, one of his parting words of wisdom was that, Kevin, you must have a well-qualified executive assistant. It's difficult enough as it is to be the county executive, and you have to have that right-hand person, that go-to person, not only for yourself but for the office. So we went through a thorough recruitment process. This actually started back in September. Due to COVID, obviously things are taking a little longer now. We had to do Zoom interviews initially, and so we've gotten to the point where I have a candidate, Michelle Mies, very well qualified. She does not currently work for the county, but anyways, in order for us to pull in a well qualified candidate, she works in the private sector right now. I need to be competitive on the salary. So my request to the board is that I'm authorized to hire Michelle at the 1.